Hi everyone, it's Sarina Fazan, your host for On the Record. It is my absolute favorite day. It is Wednesday, and we are, again, going on the record. I'm here also with one of my most favorite people, Leah Roddenberry, now Miss America. She was Miss Tampa, and hopefully we can go to the two-shot because there's also someone very special in our new studio. Let's see. Oh, there she is, Mia Dill. Oh. Mia, can you wave? Mia is a 14-year-old girl who has a very, very close place in my heart, and we are going to come to you, Mia, in the second half of the show. But Leah, thank you for being here.
Of course, I am so excited. I've loved having you on my journey from Miss Tampa now to Miss Florida and then stepping up to Miss America in December. I'm so excited to be here though and talk with you.
Oh my gosh, okay, I just have to, congratulations.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
And you're actually back on the record because you were at the other studio.
I was.
What do you think of my new studio here at CP Communications and Red House Streaming?
I am obsessed. It's so professional, it's so nice, and it's amazing. I love being here.
Thank you. It's my happy place, I have to say.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk. I get a text that you win Miss Florida.
Yes.
So we have some pictures we're also going to show. Tell us, just walk us through that journey. What was it like?
Absolutely. So it is so surreal. My life is definitely a whirlwind right now, ever since becoming Miss Florida June 26. So it's been a recent endeavor and a new chapter of my life. But the journey started as Miss Tampa. As you know, I came on your show before as Miss Tampa, which was fun because I became the longest serving Miss Tampa in history. I didn't know it at the time, but because of COVID, everything got postponed. So that was really fun and a blessing to serve Tampa for the past 2 years rather than just one. And then heading to Miss Florida, I definitely had a lot of momentum because we are known as Tampa Bay.
Of course, hello.
So it was definitely the best time to be representing Tampa. And I actually spoke to Mayor Castor before heading up to Miss Florida, and she said, no pressure, but we are from Tampa and we are Tampa Bay. So I'm very happy I brought another title home.
I love that woman too. And wasn't that really great? We were at the visitor conference for Visit Tampa Bay,
yes.
And the mayor had you stand up and
yes.
recognize you too, because you've made history. I mean, Leah, you're the first Miss Tampa in 30 years to win the title.
Yes,
I mean,
nearly 30 years Miss Tampa has never won Miss Florida. So I'm happy I kind of broke that streak and hopefully starting another one, who knows, but the best time to be representing Tampa, and so much support that I've gained from people like you and everyone that I've met from all the opportunities as Miss Tampa. They have all been so supportive of me, and I'm so thankful for everything they've provided for me.
Well, you're such a great representative for us,
thank
honestly.
you.
I'm so proud of you. I mean, tell us a little bit about you and, you know, your background. I know you've shared it before on my show, but for those people who might just be watching.
Absolutely. So I am from Bradenton, Florida, but like I said, I represented Tampa heading into Miss Florida, and I just graduated from the University of Florida back in May, was actually planning to go to law school, but did have to defer it because Miss Florida is a full-time job. So this year I'll be traveling across the state of Florida, making as many appearances as possible, promoting my social impact of Be a LeadHER and different initiatives with the Miss Florida program, and then also prepping for the 100th anniversary Miss America competition, which is going to be in December. So I am so excited.
And we're going to talk about that. And one of the reasons why I wanted Mia Dill here, who is an amazing kid, right, is I wanted to talk about Be a LeadHER, and we will talk about that in the second half of the show.
Sure.
So, Miss America, 100th year. I mean, what a great time to be in that pageant, right?
I know. It really feels like a dream come true because since I was 4 years old, Miss America was always like a holiday in my house. So my mom, my sisters, and I, we'd pop the popcorn, get on our PJs, and watch Miss America. So first, to be saying that I'm going to Miss America representing the state of Florida is beyond exciting. But then to make it the 100th year, it is a dream come true. That is for sure.
So talk to us. Speaking of that, I mean, it was also a party at my house too. I have such wonderful memories of watching with my family and my mom. And you know, your mom was on the first show, so if people want to go back and watch that show, I would encourage you to do so. I should have looked up the episode number. We'll have Joe Papadopoulos do that. He's back here taking pictures. Look up the episode number where mom was on. Okay, so, but Leah, talk to us about when you were on stage on June 26th. Give the audience a flavor of what that was like, and you know how many women were competing in the first place.
So there are around 35 candidates from across the state of Florida, from different counties. We all had different local titles, and then you go on to represent your county or your city at Miss Florida. So I really did make the best of friends, and you gain just the best memories with the wonderful women that are so intelligent, so poised, and educated. So it is an honor to represent them this year, the class that I was with at Miss Florida, but so exciting, also nerve-wracking, of course. There will always be some nerves that go into it. There are different phases of competition. So I don't know if everybody knows, but there's a personal interview with the judges where they can ask you anything from your resume to current events. So you have to be on top of what's happening in the world and have an opinion about it. And then there's the talent portion. So I did a high-energy jazz dance, which I love performing. And then there's also an on-stage interview, social impact pitch, evening wear. So it is about a well-rounded young woman, and it really takes a lot of work.
What do you think brought you over the top? What do you think? Modesty aside, Leah, come on,
Sure.
modesty aside, come on, girl.
Sure, I think being consistent in every area is just the most important facet, and for me, it's the work ethic. I know that if I work as hard as I possibly can, I will be the best version on stage. And whether I walk away with Miss Florida or without, I know that I put my best self out there, and I worked as hard as I possibly could leading up to Miss Florida to know that I wouldn't regret anything walking on that stage, and so I'm happy it really did pay off.
Leah, you know, you're such a beautiful girl on the outside, clearly, but so beautiful on the inside as well.
I appreciate that.
You really are. I mean, you know, and I've really gotten to know you.
Yes.
You know? So talk to me, though, about pageants. It is not just about what you look like on the outside, right?
Absolutely not. So really what I love about the Miss America Scholarship Organization is that their mission statement is preparing great women for the world and preparing the world for great women.
I want you to say that again because I love the thing. Okay, say it again.
Too.
Okay, all right.
So it's preparing great women for the world and preparing the world for great women.
Gives me goosebumps every single time.
That's exactly what it's doing. Like I said, if you walk away with a title or not, you are leaving coming out a better version of yourself, well-rounded, educated, talented, poised, and you grow so much through this system. There are a lot of ups and downs through the growth that you see in yourself and the people that you meet, but it's about being the best version that you can be, making an impact in your community, and really making a difference in other people's lives. So it's not about the crown and sash, it's about what you're doing with it.
Well, you're doing amazing things with it. So when they narrowed it down, right? So talk about that. So it starts with about 35.
Yes.
And then what does it get narrowed down to?
So then they cut it down to top 10.
Okay.
And from there, you run backstage. It is complete chaos, but it's so much fun, and you just go through the different phases of competition. It flies by, and things are getting thrown left and right backstage, and then you walk on stage, do your thing, change into the next thing, and then go into the next competition. But it is a whirlwind of fun and craziness, but the best experience. And then they keep cutting it down and dwindling it down. Then you have the top 5. We had a final conversation. Then they start naming runners up. Then it's down to me and the other candidate, the top 2. And I'm freaking out. I feel at peace, though, because I knew that I did my best and I worked as hard as I possibly could. But I'm also like, I have no idea what's about to happen. So I think I was in shock when they called my name, and you can tell in the photos or there's videos, I'm bawling my eyes out, hoping mascara isn't running down my face, but it was so much fun, and like I said, a dream come true.
Well, you know, it's funny because Sammy and Sammy is my 14-year-old, who you have also gotten very close to. It's so sweet, and she's at camp, so she's not here. She's bummed out about not being here.
Oh, I love her.
Sammy, thank you, and she loves you. So Sammy goes, Mama, but Leah, you know, clearly Leah was going to win. She must have known in her heart. That's what she said. So, but what were you thinking?
Sure.
Like, you know?
So really it is so hard to judge yourself when you're going through this because you have a set of judges and you never know maybe what they're looking for, whether or not they like you or what they're thinking, but you have to have the mindset, and that's the mindset that I carried into Miss Florida, was that whether or not they like me, I'm confident in who I am and what I'm bringing to the table. And so knowing that, I knew whether or not I was crowned Miss Florida, I'm going to be successful and continue carrying on all of the community service and everything that I have done as Miss Tampa and just as Leah. So I was at peace, really, the night of June 26th, knowing that I brought my best self to the competition and knew if I was crowned Miss Florida, I was setting myself up for success to make as much impact as I could throughout the state of Florida. So I worked really hard and knew that I was ready to handle the job, but I was also okay knowing that I would continue doing my work whether or not I was Miss Florida.
And I think it's important to note that yes, you won in this competition, but there have been competitions before that you have not
Absolutely.
won. So to give advice out there to people, I mean, how do you, of course, you're so happy for the person who wins.
Sure.
But how do people deal with the disappointment when you don't win and after all of this hard work that you put in?
Right, and that's the thing. It isn't always easy. You work so hard for this, and this takes a lot of sacrifice, huge time commitment, and extreme dedication if you want to be your best. So it is upsetting and it can be disappointing, but it's that mindset of knowing that you don't need the title to be making an impact in your community. You don't need a crown or sash. You don't need to be Miss Florida to make a difference and be your best version. So when I talk to younger girls, when I think about my younger self, it's about knowing and being confident in who you are and knowing that you have everything you need to make a difference in your community. So it's going in with that mindset and being happy for whatever the outcome is.
See what I mean? You're such a great role model for all women,
thank you.
right? So Leah, before we go to a break and before we go to the second half of the show, at what age do you think that you wanted to enter this pageant life? Because you honestly were a little bit older than most girls. Like there's a lot of girls that, you know, start at 7, 8, 9 years old.
Sure. So I really started competing in this organization when I was 13. There's the Miss Florida's Outstanding Teen Competition. It's like the little sister to Miss Florida. And I had the opportunity to be Miss Florida's Outstanding Teen, not once, but twice. So I was in a unique position where I really got to see what the title meant and got an inside look at to the work that Miss Florida really does and the difference she's making in lives. So that really sparked my interest in pursuing the job of Miss Florida. But when I was 6 years old, I was involved in the Sunshine Princess organization. So there's a mentorship part of the Miss Florida organization where you mentor younger girls ages 6 through 12. And from that, I was able to look at these young women as role models and learn everything that they're doing, both on and off the stage of Miss Florida. And so that really sparked my interest at 6 years old. And so nearly 15 years later, here I am as Miss Florida. So it's come full circle, and looking back on my journey, I am in disbelief, but I know that my hard work has paid off, and hopefully I can give back to those younger girls like when I was 6 years old, and hopefully spark that interest in them.
I know you will.
Oh,
so the
thank you.
preparations now for Miss America is going to be in December.
It will.
So what happens between now and December? I know there's a lot of work involved.
Absolutely. So my schedule is getting booked up. Every day is becoming busy, but I love it because I do not want to be sitting at home. This is a full-time job. So I'm ready to serve the state of Florida, going from different appearances all over the state, and at the same time prepping for Miss America. So that means practicing my talent, getting everything in order, and staying up on current events, and then promoting my social impact via LeadHER. So it is a lot of work, a lot of dedication if I want to do this right, and I'm ready to. But so excited for Miss America, the 100th anniversary. We'll be holding a Show Me Your Shoes parade in September to celebrate the 100th anniversary, and hopefully a lot of friends and family will be able to attend. That will be held in Connecticut, where Miss America will be held the Mohegan Sun. So I'm really excited for that, starting to get ideas together for my outfit to represent the state of Florida and getting everything in order.
Do we know the date for Miss America yet?
We do not know the date yet. It will be held in December in Connecticut at the Mohegan Sun.
Oh, so exciting. All right, so we're going to go to a commercial break right now, and I want to talk about Be a LeadHER, and I'm going to let you, I'm going to share a little bit more about Mia, why she holds such a special place in my heart. I'm so excited, and also to introduce our new remote studio, Leah.
Yes.
So it's not only just this new set that we also have a new studio that we are launching, actually, with you and Mia at CP
I'm so
Communications of our
excited.
house. All right, guys, we'll be back in just a minute. Stay with us.
Bye.
I'm Sarina Fazan, a journalist, producer, and podcast host. With a background in television news, I know how much time and talent it takes to produce a broadcast quality production. But no more. Red House Streaming offers a simple, cost-effective method for capturing live action and streaming it in real time to YouTube, Facebook, or any other website. From single camera shoots or multi-camera productions, conventional or virtual sets, and from the state-of-the-art Red House Streaming Studios to remote locations, the professional crew at Red House Streaming, backed by the technology and reputation of CP Communications, allows you to produce more content at a lower cost and with little to no engineering required. That's why my podcast, On the Record with Sarina Fazan, is streamed live from the Red House Streaming Studios each week. Contact Red House Streaming today at 800-762-4254 or online at cpcoms.com to learn more. I'll see you in the studio. Hey everyone, welcome back to On the Record. Okay, you were in the news, on the news set. This, you guys, we are launching with you. What do you think of our new set?
I am so impressed, and then to have Tampa behind us, it is beautiful, very fitting.
The mayor would be so proud. Mayor,
She would.
you know, Mayor, I keep on inviting you on the show. You got to come on the show. So we have to introduce Mia again. This is Mia Dill. So Mia, I know Mia's just, don't be nervous, honey, because you are amazing. Is she not adorable?
She's amazing, she's beautiful, and I can tell she is so smart, and she has everything together. So
Thank you.
So I have to share why Mia has such a special place in my heart. Now, I wanted her mom to come on the show too, but her mom was like, no. Her mom is Dr. Leah Dill, who is my OBGYN.
I love that.
So I wanted Dr. Dill to deliver Sammy. And she couldn't deliver Sammy because she was on maternity leave with Mia.
That's so funny.
Isn't that adorable? And then Mia ends up going to the same school that Sammy does. So I get to watch this amazing child grow up. She's an amazing volleyball player. Are we gonna let her get in a word? Sorry. So Mia, okay, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I'm 14. I graduated from the academy with Sammy, like you said. We went to the same school, but now I'm transferring over to Berkeley for high school. And as you also said, I play volleyball. So.
And her mom went to Berkeley, right?
Right.
Didn't your mom
yes.
go to Berkeley? So, you know.
Nice.
We may have to have Laura like sneak in and say hello or something at the end of this show. But so Mia, let's ask you, what did you think of the first half of the show and listening to Leah?
Well, I thought it was really interesting, like how you were explaining how you might not have started as young as everyone else, but you're still, like, you became Miss Florida, which I thought was really inspiring. And I've always thought stuff like that was really interesting. And I just thought it was really cool how you're so confident, and like you said, she's beautiful on the outside, and listening to you talk, you're beautiful on the inside too.
I appreciate that so much, and I really take that as a huge compliment, because I've talked a little bit about this with Sarina before, but I haven't always been confident, and that's kind of what inspired my social impact of Be a Lead Her and mentoring younger girls to find the confidence and leadership skills at a young age, because I really didn't believe in myself or my potential to make a difference. And if people said hurtful words around during the years, and even during high school, I had some people that unfortunately didn't always support me or have my best interests at their heart, and it was easy to believe that. So I appreciate that compliment so much. It means a lot, because I have grown a lot and have found that my voice matters.
You know, isn't it surprising, Mia, though, and for me it is too, to hear, Leah, someone like you that would actually not be confident or allow those words to hurt. Does that surprise you, honey?
Yeah, it does surprise me, because you go up on the stage and you like when I look at like people like you look so confident because you're up there in front of everyone. But yeah, it's surprising.
What is it like right now, though? And like, you know, when you and I, it was so different when I was growing up, different when you were growing up. Things are changing. What is it like now, Mia? Is there a lot of pressure and stress, would you say?
I'd say there's definitely a lot of pressure to be a certain girl and to be, you know what I mean, society has made it seem like, oh, you have to wear this, you have to look like this to be considered pretty. And I think there's often a lot of pressure to be like that, but I don't like to follow what people, like I, obviously like you were saying, it hurts when people say stuff about either how you look or how you act, but I definitely try not to listen to it. But like you were saying, it does still hurt.
Absolutely, it does.
What would your advice be then, Leah,
Yeah.
as you hear Mia talk?
Sure. It's really about knowing who you are and your values, your beliefs, and where you want to go. The unfortunate part is that in life, there's always going to be people. And even in high school, I know you mentioned you're entering high school soon. That's really when I found that people could be rude or not always happy for me when I was successful and I worked hard for something. And it's unfortunate, but it's rising above that and knowing who you are and knowing what you're going to do with your successes, that it's not about you, it's about what you can use your successes for and give back to your community. So at the end of the day, people might be insecure, they might be jealous, all of the things that you'll find. And when I experienced it, it was with my peers and other girls, unfortunately. So that was the most unfortunate part that I found, was that other girls were tearing each other down. And it's so important as women, as young women, that we build each other up. And knowing that if you want to be successful, that doesn't mean someone else can't. And you can bring people along with you on your successes. So enjoy the time in high school, but also be strong in who you are, and don't let people put you down.
And Mia, feel free to interject and ask questions, because I have a question, Leah. I worked in traditional news too, which is also one of those professions. Unfortunately, sometimes it is women, right? I would always go with the attitude, though, I would be happy for a woman if she was able to fill in on a show, and because the more confident you are about yourself, I think that shows a lot about yourself. But at a young age, like in high school, or Mia's age, who's just entering high school, what words of advice would you have to start to build that self-esteem and confidence?
Sure. It's about knowing who you are and having an unwavering belief in your potential and where you can go. So I think it's really comes down to just having big dreams. And for me, I always had that. I had ambition and wanted to achieve really big goals, but that's when I had people tell me, well, you're not good enough, you're not going to get this, or if you did get this, you got lucky. And it was very hurtful. And so it's knowing that it's not a problem to have big dreams. If anything, we should encourage that, especially with the younger generations, because they're going to be the next generation of leaders. So don't be afraid to set high goals and pursue them unapologetically.
So how did you gain like the confidence to start doing pageants and stuff?
Sure. So I really think it was when I stepped foot at college for the first time. That was my first time being independent. I just went to the University of Florida, graduated from there, but when I was a freshman, my eyes were opened to all of the opportunities, and I had mentors along the way who helped me realize that there are so many opportunities and you can't be afraid to pursue them. And something that's scary is stepping outside of your comfort zone and taking healthy risks, but that's how we grow. That's how we find our voices and what we're passionate about. So I think it's about taking those small risks, maybe trying a club that you didn't think you would want to be a part of, trying a new friend group, meeting someone new, or trying a new sport, something like that, where you can take those risks, find what you like, find what you don't like, and cultivate your passions along the way.
We can ask her some fun questions too, Mia. Like, for instance, like, how do you decide on what to wear?
Well, I have collected a wardrobe along the years and trying to keep some nice dresses along the way and just kind of pick out what I'm feeling that day. But as Miss Florida, I am blessed that I have a clothing sponsor. We have some incredible sponsors. I have Regalia Magnificent Apparel. They're in Orlando. I actually just visited them yesterday. And so they handle kind of my wardrobe for competition, gowns and the nice stage events, things like that. And then I have Anne Marie's Boutique in Homestead, Florida. And so she provides me nice clothes, professional clothes that I can wear to different appearances. So there are definitely some perks to being Miss Florida.
So, okay, let me ask you, not to completely, but this is why I love the show, because you can go all over the place. So on episode 36, we had you and your mom on. And you and your mom have an amazing relationship. I feel, Mia, also, you have an amazing relationship with your mom, Dr. Leah Dill again. Let's give her another plug, because she's an amazing OBGYN. And your uncle's amazing too, by the way, John Schiaffino, who's an attorney, the Schiaffino family. But talk to me about that relationship and how important it is to keep the lines of communication open with your mom.
Yeah, I can start. So she definitely gives me tough love, and it can be difficult. We definitely get into our arguments here and there, but it's all good-natured, and it's because she supports me so much. But really, she has become my best friend. She's acted as my manager in this role, my chauffeur, helping me with everything and booking events. So she is the biggest help to me and has really given me that tough love when I need to remember to believe in myself, because it's easy in this sort of competition and Miss America, it can be easy to listen to the voices surrounding you, and everyone wants to say something or what you need to do, what you need to wear, what you need to look like, and it's those pressures that you were talking about and how do you fit in, and she's that reminding voice to me about who you are and stay true to that. So I am so grateful that she has been my biggest supporter and owe so much to her, all of the sacrifices she has made for me.
Were you always just as close to your mom in high school? Because I want Mia to talk about this. Because these years can be, I mean, I feel I'm really close to Sammy, but it's like these years can be a little tough.
Yes, I was. I think she's learned where to lessen the control here and there, and but we really have the best relationship. And I'm the youngest of 5, so I have 4 older siblings. So it is always craziness at my house. So she's always got something going on. So I don't know how she does it, but she makes it work.
Wow.
You talk about that.
So, well, since I'm the only girl, I have 2 brothers, one older, one younger. Okay. Me and my mom definitely have that special best friend relationship. And I love having it because when I don't feel like I have a friend to talk to, I always go to her. And like you were saying, she definitely gives me that tough love when I'm upset about something someone said to me or something. She's like, don't listen to them, whatever. And although sometimes I blow it off and I get mad at her, like she knows, we do get in our arguments very often. But it's usually 5 minutes later that I go back and tell her that I'm sorry, and she always forgives me. And I know it's kind of her job, and she has to, but she definitely is always there for me and supports me, like you said about your mom. And I just love having her as my best friend.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
Isn't that so sweet? Leah, do you have some questions for Mia?
Sure. So I know you mentioned you're starting high school soon. What are you most excited about? Are you nervous about anything?
I'm definitely really excited to make new friends and just kind of branch out, because I was at Academy for 10 years, kind of with the same girls, circling, just, being friends with everybody basically. So I'm definitely excited to make new friends, but I'm really nervous about going to a new school with a ton of new people, because since I have been at the same school, I've been around the same people for 10 years. So I've never really experienced going to a new school with me not really knowing anybody. So I'm definitely really nervous about that.
Right,
Yeah.
and I can totally understand that. But the cool thing is that high school is kind of like a fresh start for everyone. So whether they have their friend groups or not, you're gonna meet so many people that just want to meet you, and you'll have the best experiences. Now, I know you mentioned you play volleyball.
Right.
Is that something you want to continue in high school?
Yes, I do. Tryouts, I think, are at the beginning of August for my high school. So yes, I'm hoping to continue. So,
very cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Don't you feel sports or some type of activity is very important, especially for kids this age?
Oh, absolutely. So I did cheerleading and then I did dance, and that's what I performed for my talent in Miss Florida. But just having that community and something to have fun and have a way to have an outlet, whether that's sports, dance, arts, anything like that, you're going to find your best friends in it. You'll find that community and have something fun to do at the same time.
Right.
Mia, do you have questions? Any more questions for Leah?
What advice, so I know you were kind of talking about it on the first part, but what if you could tell your 14-year-old self something entering into high school, what would it be?
Oh.
It would be, don't be afraid to be who you are. I think for so long I kind of dimmed my light because I was so scared of what other people thought of me. And it goes back to those pressures and what we're putting on young women, especially, and entering that high school time. There's so much going on and you just want to fit in. And so I think I was so scared of what people thought of me that I wouldn't even raise my hand in class. What if I said the wrong thing, or what if I sounded weird? I don't know. And for so long I just was so timid about who I was and showing my true self. And so going back, I would tell younger Leah to be confident in who you are and that everyone is unique in their own way. So don't try to fit in or be someone else who you're not, because you should be shining just as you are. And I'm excited for you to embark on this new chapter and just do exactly that.
Do you think that when you started doing pageants, do you think it gave you more confidence in who you are?
Absolutely. So I know my younger self, I would never be here today if it wasn't for the Miss America organization and the ways that I have grown through it. Because like I said, in high school, I would barely even raise my hand in class. And younger Leah, when I was 6, 7, 8, I wouldn't talk to anyone besides my family. I was so scared to use my voice. And so going through this organization, it almost forced me to be comfortable in my skin. And I've grown a lot, and now I'm not as scared to talk to people and be on the stage speaking to thousands of individuals about important topics. So it definitely has helped me grow and be confident in who I am.
And I do want to mention before we wrap up the show, I want to talk about social media a bit. And I don't want to embarrass you, Mia, but so Mia did ask, we had a wonderful conversation yesterday, and she said, she always calls me Miss Sarina, which is so sweet. She said, what should I wear? And so I said to Mia, I said, listen, I didn't have to deal with all the social media stuff when I was growing up.
Right.
But nowadays, you don't know who is going to be watching this, even years down the line. I mean, she's only 14. She just turned 14 in February. But 4 years later, someone could be, searching her and everything. So, Leah, what advice would you have? Because I talk to Sammy about this all the time, about social media and the presence you need to project on social media, even at a young age.
Definitely. Social media is a huge privilege for us to have and connect with others, but it also comes with some risks, and you have to be extremely cautious about what you're putting out on social media. So what you might think is cute and fun or showing some type of fun way with your friends right now might not be so cute in a couple years when you're going to college or you're applying for a job. And the thing is, it doesn't go away. Whether you hit the delete button or not, people can find it and pull up your digital footprint. So it's very important that you are cautious and aware of what you're promoting on social media. And also it's important that we talk about influencers and what we see on social media. It's not about the likes or the followers or being able to have that title. It's about what are you promoting and the messages that you're sharing to the people that are following you. What do you want them to hear? And making sure that those are positive and educational topics that they can learn from as well.
Absolutely. I mean, and you're amazing. I follow your social media. I appreciate you sharing my social media. But I just think it's important for kids to hear that from us older folks.
Definitely.
How do you feel about being an older folk, Leah?
I am feeling a little old now that I graduated college, but I'm 22, so I know I have the world ahead of me and ready to take it on. But I can just remember, like yesterday, when I was entering high school, and so excited for you.
Thank you.
So, Leah, I wanted to ask, right before we wrap up, what can Tampa do? What can our community do, right, Mia, to support you on your journey to Miss America? Because we are Tampa Bay, and we want you to win Miss America. So what can we do?
That's right. Well, I appreciate that so much, but just continue doing what you all are doing. From every individual that I've met, from whether it was a Tampa luncheon to a community service event, they've all simply reached out to me and said, congratulations, what can I do to help? And that means the world to me. The thing that I love most about Tampa Bay and serving as Miss Tampa was that I quickly realized everybody wants to support you and they want to help you in some way for you to be the best that you can be. So I thank you for all the opportunities that you have provided for me. It's so fun coming on your show and just talking with you. So love Tampa Bay, and hopefully can bring a national title back home to Tampa at Miss America.
So awesome. We should ask her, do you get to keep your crown and your sash though, no matter what?
I do.
Oh,
So that's another perk of Miss
That
Florida.
is
A lot of
cool.
people ask, do you have to give it away? No, they get a new one each year. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Well, it's such an honor to have you on the show, and you as well, Mia, both beautiful women on the inside and the outside. So guys, I mean, Leah says, how can we support? And she says, just continue to be ourselves. But I would share this, share the show, because we want to get Leah's name out there nationally too. We want the judges, to see we're not influencing them, right? But we're just getting, people to know Leah. And Mia, I just know that you are going to be just an amazing, inspiring woman. Do you want to be a lawyer too, just like your uncles, do you think?
I don't know yet.
A doctor like your mom? A pilot like your dad?
Definitely not. Definitely not a pilot.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us on The Record. And thank you guys again for all your support. You can follow me on multiple social media platforms. Look at this. Speaking of social media, I had no idea. And I have a few other ones, I think, that we need to update. Okay, Joe Papadopoulos? I love throwing out his name too. All right, guys, be safe, everybody. And again, thanks so much for watching.
Thank you.